Hello everyone, this is RexRed. I am back with a Cakewalk by BandLab tutorial, and I wish I could say that this is going to be short and snappy, but that is not the way we do things here, okay? Because, well, some things in life can't be taught with this quick little short and snappy video. It takes a while for it to sink in. Like when I first learned how to use After Effects for the first time, every time I'd open the program, I just couldn't do anything. And then all of a sudden I had this teacher on YouTube who put out this fairly long video and explained exactly how to open the project, how to set all your basic settings, and go into this big, long spiel about how to use Adobe After Effects. And after that, I was like able to, set my composition and do all of that stuff. And all of a sudden, I had all kinds of stuff animating all over the screen. This is the same thing with this. With this particular part of Cakewalk by BandLab, it's complicated. It's not something that can be done in a very small video. All right, so what I'm going to try to do is make it as comprehensive, and we are live, okay? So it's not going to be all kinds of sponsors and all this stuff. It's just and just, I guess, a bunch of spiel. It's going to be in-depth study about tempo and tempo in music and everything. Now, what I have here this is the music that we're working with, okay? And the thing about this, this is a long song, okay? Yeah, it's like really long, so which is kind of nice. It's the whole song, so I don't really have to do much making the music other than setting up the tempo, and you can see how much I've gotten so far. Don't let that deter you. I'm going to go into this kind of from the beginning so that you'll know that I'm going to help you here with tempo. Now, I've been using Cakewalk for 35 years. That's since it first came out with its first version, Cakewalk for DOS. And unfortunately, they didn't have a version for my Commodore 64. But so the Cakewalk for DOS, now, way back then, we didn't have audio recording. We just had MIDI. And if you wanted to do audio recording, you had to do your audio recording on a reel-to-reel, and when you'd push play on your computer, it would start the reels going, and that's where your audio was. Everything else was MIDI-based, and you could put your MIDI onto the reel-to-reel if you wanted also. So back then, what would happen is a lot of bands would make their song, and they'd have their demo, and so all you had is this 2-track demo, and you'd say, well, I want to put some MIDI to it. And we all quickly learned that it was going to be a nightmare to do that. Why? Because the demo didn't follow any metronome, and a lot of times a lot of bands make their demos and they just play their song and they don't pay attention to the timing and all, and they follow their own timing, so they take liberties. In some parts they might slow the song down a little bit, some parts they might get real fast and start speeding up the song. And there were purists who resisted even using computers because they just couldn't get past the fact that they were no longer in control of the tempo, that they had to follow a tempo, a specific tempo, and everything had to follow to that tempo. And today's music, I would say 99% of all music that you hear on the radio follows a tempo and a specific tempo. Now, that tempo might speed up, it might bump up for the chorus, and it might bump back down a little bit so that the verse is a little slower than the chorus, but it's not like all over the place. Now, here is an example of one of the most, this is why I made this video. Now, if I didn't make this YouTube video, I'd probably have a song ready already to start to publish. I encountered these problems, and what we have now today is much easier than what we had to deal with way back when. And so at this point, I'm going to play this song, and I want you to listen to how it speeds up. It within a couple of measures, it speeds way up and slows way down. Speeds way up and slows way down. Speeds way up. And this is the way this whole song is. It's like the guitar player had this thing in mind where you da 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 da, and that's the way he plays the whole song. So this is a nightmare. And then to top it all off, it's in 6 beats per measure. Okay, so it's a nightmare scenario and that's why I said, okay, I've got, and now, so there is a way to just take we'll save this file. Now, you can take this song, okay, and this is what YouTube has, okay, is you just, it's so easy. All you got to do is take this and drag it onto the timeline and hit either default or probably automatic. We'll go to automatic, and you go to automatic, and it's going to detect it, and magically it's going to find your, now it's analyzing. Now this is it would be, I don't know that this is actually AI. This is just, but it is kind of like an AI where it's analyzing the song and saying, okay, what is the tempo? What is the time signature? And where are the beats? And let's analyze this and speed this up and slow it down. And I mean, we'll speed up the tempo and slow it down to fit this clip. And so let's see, it's almost done here. It's a long song, and it certainly attempts to do it a lot faster than I can, which this is an all-day thing for me to do this. So to turn around and make a video on top of this, like I said, I'm losing money making this video, and because I'm probably, all right, so this is what YouTube has right now, where they say, oh, just grab it and drag it onto the timeline, and you're all done. Nice video. Have a good day. I'm so glad that I made this video for you. So, see, it's within the first 6 beats. It's completely out. And from there on, it's just... and from there on, it's just completely out. So, does this work? No. Okay? It just doesn't work. So then what do you do? How do you fix this? Well, according to the world consensus on YouTube, you don't. Okay? Until I come along and show you how to do this, okay? Control Z. So we're going to go back, and now what you're going to notice, okay, so we have the 6/4 timing, okay? What you have to do is you have to make these points, okay? So what you do is you go View, and I can get rid of it or bring it back, okay? So we're going to go Tempo View, and, well, that's the Tempo View over here. Okay, we can go View, and we can hide this tempo. This actually shows all of the tempo points and where each point is. So, and we can go and close this tempo. Now, but what we have up here is I lost my tempo view. Okay, how do we get it back? Okay, view. All right, I think we just go here to this tempo and it'll come back, yes, and then we can hide this. Okay, so that's how you open this tempo view, and you'll know because you'll have this tempo track, okay? Up here above your Cakewalk tracks, and you'd probably want to drag your audio. If you have a bunch of tracks, you want to drag your audio up. Now, another thing about this that's particular about this song is that when on the downbeat, he like the player, I think it's a he like plays it so quietly you can't even notice it, like when see, it looks like it's right here. See this little teeny thing here. It's really difficult to find out where his downbeat is. Okay. But you can see there is that note. And now here is this. And you see now, all right, so then there is the, it's like other videos on YouTube, and it says you could just tap the rhythm, okay? And so what you do is you come in and you tap this as it's playing 1, 2, 3, 4. That's just going to give you one number and say, well, it's in the ballpark of this tempo, okay? And that's not helpful because this song changes between, within every 2 to 3 beats, it changes. And now this is a so this tap thing, forget that. It's so that video isn't going to help you either, okay? So what it comes down to is being able to dynamically change the tempo. And of course, you've always been able to dynamically change the tempo for many, many, many years in Cakewalk, okay? But it's kind of gotten a little easier with this horizontal view that appears over your track. It enables you to, now this 6/4 timing, okay, this is conducted like this. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's how it's conducted, okay, for you classical people out. I'll step back again a little bit. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't now that I'm trying to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can't do it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. It's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, now I see I've got it all. I can't remember how to do it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's your conducting for 6 beats per measure. So how this all works here is it's a okay, so it's 1. Now you can pretty much is you come up to where your measure is supposed to be, and this should be about here, and then you have to make this fit to your see how this is kind of working, and so then you want this to get faster, and then you go back to this beat, and you have your visual here. And see what happens is as you're moving. Angus, hello, hello, friend. Welcome, welcome. We are working with a complex subject today, tempo. Okay, so today is tempo day. Marlo vacuumed the whole apartment today. It was very nice. I got up and I was very surprised. So, yeah. So we want this back here. So we got to slow it down. So this goes here. Yes, Marlo has been very helpful. So he's been helping out a lot. So this has got to go back to fast again. See, so this just goes, this player goes real fast and real slow. So there's the possibility of taking, yes, very busy. He has been busy. So Sigmund helped a little bit. So, 1, so 1. 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. See? So so you have to take your song and you have to be kind of musically adept to first be able to figure out what time signature it is. And sometimes it's something weird like this, like 6 beats per measure, okay? And so this, and once you figure out, you can count it, okay? Because that's the first thing, is to be able to count the song, all right? And it's easy when it's in 4 or in 3, but when it's in something else, it's like, and sometimes some songs are like 4 beats and then 5 beats. Yeah, it's like 4 beats and then 5 beats and then 4 beats and then 5 beats. And a lot of country songs, well, not a lot, but some country songs do that, and it gives you this weird syncopation, which is really, really cool. So that's really the first hard part about it. And you say, well, why not just take this guy's performance and squeeze those parts and like force it into a tempo so it's not speeding up and slowing down? Well, you kind of lose something. It just becomes this blur. You lose this human feel of this guy's skill as a human being to make something swift and then retard it a bit, okay? And so we go here like this. You see, you can kind of hear it in your head the way. So it's not just the ability then to tell the time signature and how many beats. Then it's the ability to hear those beats in the music, okay? And that takes years to be able to do, all right? That's probably why nobody's made a video of this, okay? Because I remember sitting in music theory class and the teacher saying, "Okay, let's the whole class count this beat together." And my brain just saying, "I can't do that. I just can't. I don't know. My sense of rhythm muscle isn't strong enough to hear that beat." To hear that rhythm. So as you become more developed as a musician, you, just like you develop perfect pitch and everything, you learn to develop and be able to count and perceive different rhythms, okay? And listening to music is one good way to do that, because you just, in your mind, you become exposed to those rhythms. You listen to them. You may not know it's happening. It might be happening unconsciously, but you're, over time, learning to kind of groove to different tempos and swing and things like that, and syncopation, stuff like that. So okay, so one. See, this one's giving me okay. This is very weird. See how that just goes really fast and really slow? I mean, look at it. This is the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. See, it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So, okay. So once the problem with doing this method here is that if I change this right here, it throws everything after it off. Okay? But the thing is that you've already made some kind of precise measurements. So if I were to like slow it down a little bit here, as long as I speed it up here, then it will throw everything back on again. You see, so you have to come in and surgically, if you take a little bit out, you have to add a little bit, or else the whole rest of the song. So you can go in and fix things, and you say, well, that's a little off there. It's not quite coming in on the beat. So you go in and you move that, but then you have to look and make sure that that you add that same amount somewhere else, very right in the area, so that it snaps everything from the song back into position. So okay, so this has got to go. See, I can tell. I think this is it. See, I mean, this is how quickly. That's how quickly he speeds. He goes and slows down like that in this ramp, and then it just like, whoom. He goes right here, just jumps back up into this high speed, and then from here, so here we go. So you want to put your, generally, this is so quick that he speeds. You want to put these markers here roughly like on the downbeat and or on beats in between. And that helps you to kind of align. And then you look at your wave file, and usually there's some little blip in the wave file that's going to be your beat. And you see, this is what's very deceptive about this particular song, Because when he goes to that, the most important note, that downbeat, he almost like doesn't even do it. It's like, doom, you know, that downbeat, which is supposed to be where you put the accent in your music, okay? And he leaves that out, kind of. And you see, you can see this, like where this is the syncopated accent here. See, this is the downbeat here, and you see how quiet that is? And then the syncopated accent is in here, and then when he comes back to the downbeat, where the gravity is supposed to go boom, you know, again, it's this little teeny tiny little blip here, all right? And that makes it even much more difficult to try and figure out. So something's wrong here. Okay, here. Now watch, if I move this out like this, then I've got to come here and slow this down a little more. See, it's like a, and that will. I think that's way. So you can see so this is the this is how we do this. So You can tell by the beat how it's real. I mean, look at this. This is one gamut right to the other. This is, like I said, this is the tempo song Nightmare from Hell. It really is. It just boom, 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 up and down kind of tempo. And this is what we musicians go through here to get this to see. And so this, I would say the guitar player, I don't know who played this, but whoever played this, now their music, their tempo skill is through the roof. Okay? They speak fluently in tempo change, okay? And it's so advanced that it's almost impossible to, like, for me to pick their tempo. And one way to kind of do it is to, like, go from your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and get the beginning. See, it's here to here. Get them at least so that it starts, and then you can add these little pieces in between to kind of speed up and slow things down. Okay. So we go here. Now here's another one right here. Okay. And then it slows way down again. See, I can't even hear the downbeat. This is like such a twist in my brain. See, and if you get the beginning and the end together, somebody else totally bored by this again. So if you can get the beginning and end together, then you leave those places. And as you start to do the math in between, it should bring your end back in a line. You see, it should bring it back. See, now this is like thirds. Now he's like playing thirds or something. It's like they're not even on the beat. They're in between the beats. It's like, oh my gosh. Okay, so again, what you have to do is just, this looks like it's going to be, okay, delete this. This looks like our downbeat here. It is our downbeat. 1. Okay, here's our other downbeat. I've done some of these already. You gotta take some out. Okay. All right, so we got to really bring it back down. This one's got to be brought back down now. It's like so quick. All right, let's save this. So let's go back and see what we've done. Okay, see, this is obviously not following that pattern that we have of speeding way up at the beat. So okay, so basically you can see the kind of work that's going to go into this, and you say, why do this? Okay, well, the thing is, then every time you add a track, you have to, if I add a solo or I add pads or any other, or a drum beat, if I decide to add a drum beat to this song, then every time I put a beat in, I have to manually position that, okay? And if I have the beats, if I have this, see what we're doing here is we're taking the computer's tempo, timing, counting apparatus, okay? And we're aligning it with this tempo, okay? With this clip. We're aligning it with this human, and this, as you can see, this is going to take a long time for me to do this, okay? And see, it still doesn't sound right, but right now, at least like this beat is it's important, because if I have a beat come in, it's gonna come in at least there, you know. And before, the computer's tempo, it was completely off. So that means that if I try to say, align it up to measure 6, beat 1, it's in the middle of some arbitrary place. So the computer is really good at giving you a perfect tempo, but it's not as good as at following your tempo, at least not now. Obviously, when we did that, where I dragged it in and said, okay, computer, discover the tempo in this clip. And it works good on clips that are like boom, ch, but it doesn't work when the guitar player is purposefully syncopating the beat and leaving out the downbeat and doing it for effect's sake, for effects, for the effect of it, okay? So, and speeding up like this fast and then going right after that this slow, okay? Now, I think that I've got... see, this is incredibly tedious. Now, there is another possible way to do this, okay, is to tap it out with a MIDI track. And let me get out my here I have this tablet, and we're going to open the tablet. No, not the camera. Okay. And we go here to, we're going to open up a thing called TouchDAW. And let's insert all right, we're going to insert an audio, soft synth. And we'll insert Addictive Drums. Let's see if we can tap some of this in, okay? Because my ability to count and like tap this stuff in is not too shabby. And so let's see what we can do. We're going to bring this tablet here. Where's my, okay. I think you can see the tablet a little bit better now. All right, so we're going to switch this. Unfortunately, now if I turn that overhead light right off, maybe it's better. Okay, so we're going to switch this to the XY pads. Okay, now you can see a little bit. There we go. Just so you can see me tap these out, okay? All right, well, we have to set up my thing so a little better. So we're going to set this to record. That's a little bit loud. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. So let's turn off the metronome, because that's going to just totally throw me off. Mute. Okay, let's see if this works. All right, so we're going to go. right, now I'm totally lost now. See, so this is so I'm not sure that and then what I've got to do is like align these by hand. Is a song worth it? I think this is so pretty, this song, that if I could do it. Now, the thing is that when you look at this and you say, well, you just line it up. Here's the first beat. No, it doesn't quite work like that. It does because I've set the tempo up. See, I've set... See, that's why when I just line these up with a beat, they line up and it works. See, but there's a possibility of being able to use these together in a bit, in a way, because... But I don't think this is going to be work, okay? So it's one way. And what you can do is then you can take, if you can tap it out successfully and get them pretty much to follow, then you can take this MIDI here and drag that up into here. And there's a way to make this follow the MIDI so it just completely, so that it takes these beats and uses them as your tempo. And so if it speeds up or slows down with your taps, it will draw that line here, okay? So it's not quite doing it. I thought I could just drag that MIDI and it would try to do it, but it's not. So I would have to tell Cakewalk to look at this MIDI track and to derive a tempo from it, okay? So I don't think that's going to work, okay? So what we're going to do is go back to this method, okay? Because this seems to be... And turn back on our metronome. This seems to be working, okay? Where's our... Okay, it's here, I think. Now let's do... That's too fast. So as you can see, this is going to be a tedious job. And you see, like, I've got that much more to go to do this song, all right, to get this. And so this could take an entire day to map out the tempo manually per note. But you know what? That's what I do in music, okay? I will work an entire day on one vocal track, okay? Editing each syllable in a vocal track. And I do that for every song. That's why my songs take me 2 or 3 days to make, okay? Because there's always going to be something in the song that's just really incredibly time consuming, and you can't really change. There's nothing you can do to change that, all right? It's just the way it is. So I already have the words written for this. This is called When Time Stands Still. So some other thought has gone into this song, and and that's what you do. You have to be profound in your approach to things. Okay, so it doesn't take up too much room here. Now we go back here. So you can see now. Now this right here, it sounds like it doesn't just, yeah, it slows down at like a rate, okay? But it might actually slow down a little faster at the top and then a little slower towards the end. And that's where, you know, the rate of the tempo. Okay. Why don't you log in, Blizzard? And then we go back to here, and then this has got to come back here. So it is like a rate of slowing down. It almost comes to a stop. So I am not going to bore you all with this. This is, as you can see, I have a lot of work to go, and this is how it's done. I think you pretty much get the point of how this is done. Like I said, I would just try and go through it and get your beginning. So try to get your beginning. Like, as you can see, I've gone through. And the fact that there's so much syncopation here, where you know there's a part, where, okay, that like right here. This is obviously oh shoot. Delete. See, so there is a place where you know there's the downbeat. And so you want to make and then find the next downbeat. Okay, and the next one looks like so you go here like this. So if you can at least get these downbeats and get, and then what you do is once you get, even though it's gonna have like speeding up and slowing down in between, you at least have the beginning beat and the end beat and the next beat of the downbeat. You have them done. And then you can come in and kind of mess with the in-betweens. And I wish there was a way to kind of nail this down so that that the downbeats would just stay frozen and allow you there isn't. It's if you mess with this, it's going to throw off. So you mess with it enough inside and just leave your downbeats and make sure that your math adds up in between. So oh, I have a call. Hello? Hello? Yes. Hello? Hello, hello? I'm not hearing you. Call back. All right. Oh, I think another telemarketer. You can always tell when you... Okay. I hope it's nothing serious. Okay. So there's our downbeat there. Okay, here's another downbeat. Okay, so this has got to go way up fast. See, to slow it down like this. Then you have to do your math again and take this out again. And then everything should line up again. Let's assume it goes back up like this real quick, and then okay, 1, 3, 4. It's like almost there's like some kind of signature change there. It's like 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. And 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. No, it's right. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 1. Delete that. See, this is like really difficult for my brain to count. Angus, you take care. Thank you for stepping in. I'm going to end this here. As you can see, I'm going to keep going on working. I just don't know that you're benefiting anymore. Five. Now you see, this is where it slows down here. Okay, we're see, because it's going to be thrown way off if I try. Okay, now. Six. Okay. One. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here is the next one. Here. So if we try and get this somewhere in the middle of the ballpark here, let's see. All right, we're gonna just delete this. Okay. It's like maybe we can come up with a tempo that is somewhere like in the middle of this speed up and slow down, and then we can slowly alter it up and down a little bit rather than a lot. Like. I wish there was like a template where I could just say, well, it comes in, it goes real fast, then it goes slow, and then so each measure I can kind of follow. It doesn't work like that because sometimes they completely syncopate it and then they slow it down. It's just, it's the way a river flows, okay? In around the bends and all of this, and sometimes it goes up and down and sometimes it goes around. It doesn't seem to have any. It does have a pattern because it's a human being who's using certain keys and markers to say, when I play this chord progression, I play it like this, and then when I get to that part of the song, I play it like that. So it does have. Being a guitar player, it does. So this is supposed to be. All right, Z. So I have to speed this up here. And then bring it down. So it's like you can't just line things up. You have to kind of get you have to sort of outline the. Okay, delete that. Okay, here we go. Now this one seems like it's following just straight across. It's the first one. It's got a little speed up here. Maybe not. Maybe it's a... There's a huge slowdown there. See, this is almost perfect. So I don't think I'm going to worry about like too much of what's going on in between, as long as I can get that burst of the speed and come in on the downbeat at the end of the measure. 2, 3. Okay. See, and this is tricky. It's like you'd think that's a downbeat. No, it's not. It's this. And you see, so what I'm noticing is when it starts to come up like this, I know it's supposed to slow down before that. It does slow down a little bit here. Okay. So have I gotten further than I had before? Yeah, I'm now past like what? So let's go to the beginning and play it through and see. 1. Okay, 1. So this is a little too high. This is a little too low. I think I'm going to worry about these little places here. Okay, let's just let it... I mean, I was kind of experimenting with this, okay? See, you know, I can say, well, I've never done this before. Well, I'm supposed to be an expert at this. I have done this before. I've just not done it with a song that has this, you know, 6/4 time signature, and also has this massive speed up and slow down thing. So that's... It makes me mad how they play this guitar. Because they're not giving me the downbeat. It's going to be, that's what's going to make this so pretty if I can get this right, but... Okay. Now, I mean, look at the variation here in the tempo. I mean, this, it's like just goes really fast. And there's just really nothing in this. See, notice these beats are coming in between. I mean, this is such skillful playing, this particular piece. See, like, this is not... The only downbeat we got is here. Okay. I don't know. I might not be able to do this. I might just have to. I might be able to go through it and just find particular points and just kind of try and line them up where there is this is a point that there's another one right there. See, I can see for sure that these okay. If I just ignore the speed up and slow down in between and just find the downbeat. Okay, and ignore all the syncopation and all of that. Okay, I don't think I'm doing this right. I think I've lost my 6-beat thing, and I'm trying to do it in 4 or something now. Okay, that's not the okay. See, I don't think there was ever a metronome or any kind of counting thing that they followed. I think that when they added these chords and added all this stuff, they did each chord manually, and or somebody played along, and or I can't imagine how anyone could play along with this, because there's no way a band could cohesively play this, because there's nothing to count. When do you play your chord? It's just and so this was made in a studio, and each part was surgically placed into the song, which is probably what I'm going to have to do to add a vocal to this. Okay, I'm starting to hear this. Do, 2, 1. Do, 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 ba, da, ba, 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 da, da, da. Okay, so this could be like a circular instead of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It could be like a circular thing where that's how you conduct it. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know, it's wah, wah, wah. So if I approach it like that, okay, we find these beats. Okay, here's another one. Boom. Now it's still, this would be. See, it's still gonna with. Okay. What are we on? 16ths? Let's try to go to 8ths and see. Okay. It's to find that and then see, they don't even they're not following the so it's like this it is there a little bit, it is a little bit there. Speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down, speed up, slow down. So, all right, this is going to do it. I told you guys a while back I was going to stop this. I don't think there's much more you can see other than you just pull out your hair and you just do it. You have to get every single note, every speed up, slow down. You have to accelerate. When they're putting on the brakes, they're slowing down, they're pulling on the brakes. And it's like they're driving a car. They're not counting. They're not following any beat. which other than the guitarist. What's happened is the guitarist played a track and they took absolute liberty with the way they expressed it. And then what they did was they tacked on all this other music. And they did it mechanically, not mechanically, they did it manually, where it follows where somebody aligned every chord to that performance because it was so important to them to say, screw timing, screw this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, screw that. They just said, we want something expressive that's going to just flow where it wants to go. And there there's something to say for that, because this is a very beautiful piece. But in order for me to add anything to it, I have to know where the beat is, so that when I go to align everything up, I'm not guessing for every single note that I place in the song, that there's something that says, well, that's roughly where the beat. Now I can line it to that beat, and if it isn't quite right, I can move it around, okay? This tempo, this counting that the computer's doing in the background, it's in the background. It's not changing the speed of this clip. It's just a reference point to say this is where the downbeat is, roughly. Okay, it's what we're doing here. So, now what I'm noticing is this pattern here, where it goes real slow and then it goes real fast, slows down, then a little bit faster, then it slows way down, real fast. You see, notice this pattern? It's not all through it, I don't think, but notice what we're seeing here. Like, this part was like, what the heck is going on here? So there's something, maybe they were following this tick going on that speeds up and slows down, and everybody, and they had this tempo that was going tick, 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 and it enabled them to follow, I don't know. But because I'm seeing now, if we go through here, now this doesn't seem to have any pattern here, like here. What's important is when you hear it make that tick, that's kind of the important one right there. All right, so I have lyrics here. I was going to go to my lyrics page. Where is my remote? Here it is. HDMI 1.
Okay.
And file. When time stands still. In the quiet hours, I feel your gentle powers, warming up my soul with you. With love you console. Your love is like the night sky, and with wings we can fly as our spirits take flight. Under the moonlight, endless is the love I feel, and the emotions you reveal. Love will go where it will when time stands still. You see, so love will go where it will when time stands still. And you see, it none of that matters when it comes to you know, all this metronome stuff, but adding a drum beat to it. That's why there's no drum beat here. 3, 1, boom, boom, boom. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try recording a drum beat just on the downbeat. Okay. All right. We're going to take off our All right. Let's see. We got the first one's definitely off here. Now this one goes, but this one we know it goes here because. Let's see. See, not bad. This one is off. So, all right. Basically, you can see now where I'm going with this is that I might just make Cakewalk take this. We'll add one of these here as well. One here somewhere. So, now, what's going to happen is when you get up into here, you're going to notice these beats have no correlation with the tempo here. The tempo is completely off. See, I mean, this isn't going to work completely because there's other beats besides that, but it is a way to extrapolate that downbeat and then from there, you could come back in here. I think I'm doing better with this metronome thing aspect than I am the downbeat aspect. Because it's actually following the All right. This is where I'm going to cut this off. Okay, I think I've been here a couple of hours. And so I have to continue working on this. And okay, that's not the thing here. It's this one. HDMI 2. So, all right. So here we go. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. It has been 2 hours and 18 minutes. And I'm going to end this and go back to work. And at least I think when I'm not actually performing, I might be able to actually kind of focus and put some real undivided thought into this process. It's going to be a massive job to do this, and it could end in failure. Now, don't be discouraged because usually songs are not like in 6/4 beats and their time signature, and usually they're not so syncopated. Usually a band like 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, and you can extrapolate that beat. You know, it's going to slow down gradually a little bit here and speed up a little bit, but you're not going to run in. This is a nightmare. That's why I did this video. That's why I made this video, because this is a nightmare scenario when it comes to getting the beat. Now, there is the other way of doing it where I could just force this, drag and stretch all of these pieces in the song so that they follow a beat. And that's not completely out of the question, because if I could come up with some magic tempo and then just kind of slip things around and fit them to the tempo, I think I would adulterate this song, though, by doing that, because this song, it was made to not be, to not have that there. So there's also the option with this song to just ignore the computer, turn off the metronome, and just try to sing to it, and then just move my vocals around when I'm off a little, and just forget about the computer's tempo, forget about beats per measure, forget about everything tempo-wise, and just lay my tracks down and manually put them in. Manually tweak them, move them around until they align with it. And that's another option. So, but we have this tempo thing, and it's not too bad. Now I have forgotten how to extrapolate the tempo from apply trimming. I've forgotten how to extrapolate the tempo from a MIDI clip. So, but I'm sure there's a video on that. So this is it. So this is how you do it. This is how you, when you have this nightmare scenario where the tempo, you'd like to line it up to the computer's, so the computer can count along with it. This is how you do it. All right, that's going to do it. Thank you very much. Thanks for the views. I hope you watch this. Please like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. Come in and check out another one of my boring tutorials. It's not boring to us people who who do this, who enjoy doing this. I enjoy this work. This is what I like to do. So, all right. Thanks again for watching. Take care. Have a lovely day. And I hope this video was helpful. All righty. A little bit of polka to see us out. And